Good evening and welcome. I am Amarachi Ubani. Tonight, PDP leadership wants President Muhammadu Buhari to withdraw order to the military, accuses the ruling party of training operatives in China to make card readers work faster. INEC chairman raises hope on Saturday's rescheduled elections, says 180,000 card readers already reconfigured for the exercise. President Buhari summoned Security Council meeting. Kaduna State Governor briefs on Kajuru killings, says death toll has risen. And U.S. President Donald Trump appeals to Venezuela's military to withdraw support for Nicolas Maduro.
On business news tonight, Securities and Exchange Commission continues clampdown on unregistered investment scheme operators across the country.
And on sports news tonight, the Agege Stadium in Lagos comes alive tomorrow as MFM face Sunshine Stars in an All-Southwest derby on match day 10 of the Nigeria Professional Football League.
Hello, and from Abuja, the nation's capital, Bendege community leaders in Cross River State lament killings during the rescheduled elections, sue for peace ahead of Saturday's polls.
This week has seen a lot of back and forth between the ruling All Progressives Party Congress and the opposition People's Democratic Party. It's been an accusation and counter-accusation that is continuing as the PDP holds its INEC meeting asking President Muhammadu Buhari to withdraw order to the military to deal ruthlessly with political thugs. The presidential candidate of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, raised an alarm that the APC has trained operatives in China to make card readers work faster. The INEC meeting was well attended by party leaders.
Anybody who decides to snatch boxes or lead thugs to disturb it, maybe that's the last unlawful action he will take. I really give the military and the police to be ruthless.
The People's Democratic Party's National Executive Council is not taking the president's comments lightly. The reason a National Executive Council meeting is organized.
You must know that before you, there were presidents. And you must know that after you, there will be presidents. And you must know that the order that you have given is a death sentence on all voters of Nigeria. We call on you to retract or rescind that decision and directive.
The PDP's presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, insists the military has no role to play in the conduct of democratic elections.
The military, go back and study your constitution, go back and study the Army Act and other subsidiary legislations. You have no role in the conduct of elections whatsoever. Additionally, I call on the Independent National Electoral Commission once again to remain impartial arbiters while ensuring that they conduct credible elections this time around.
We have just discovered that the APC have hired many of their operatives and have taken them to China to be trained. And they have been so trained and they are back. And they are equipped with devices that are meant to slow or fasten our card readers. So if you are in the south-south, southeast, and north-central, you are likely to get your card readers to be slowed by those APC operatives. We have seen the machines, we have interviewed some of those who have gone on this training, and we have passed that information to the campaign council to pass on to you.
The two main parties appear to be arch enemies as elections draw near. This is in spite of the recent peace accord signed by them and other presidential candidates. Chieftains of the PDP vow to resist any form of intimidation at the polls.
What you heard yesterday, that is not the fiber of this country. That is not what this country represents. And we won on Saturday, all Nigerians. It's not just a vote for Atiku Abubakar. It's not a vote for just PDP or our senators, House of Rep. It's a vote for Nigeria. It's a vote for what Nigeria represents. And that is why we must also come out and make that happen on Saturday.
With a few days to the polls, fears may heighten if the polity continues to receive heat from political parties and candidates, a dangerous sign for a country yet to stabilize in its 58 years of independence.
It is not only the People's Democratic Party that has some secret to bring to the open. The All Progressives Congress also claims that the PDP presidential candidate has earmarked $101 million in cash for vote buying. The National Publicity Secretary Larry Onilu claims that the party has information that the money is deployed under the pretense of logistics. He also says several PDP thugs were arrested with card readers and arms during last Saturday's botched election. In the meantime, the national chairman of the party, Adams Oshomole, has also been reacting to today's INEC meeting by the PDP.
I think that Atiku's rejection of that structure shows exposing PDP for what they are, that their plan is to deploy thuggery as to make the election impossible or to reduce voter turnout. Number two, I also listened to him saying that the APC imported, according to him, he alleged that APC imported card readers. I think that is absolutely laughable. And the card readers have been deployed to South-South and Southeast, where the machines are because they are imported from China, so they will not be as efficient as other card readers deployed to other geopolitical zones. Now, the implication of this is that assuming without conceding that this allegation is true, it means that Atiku is working hand in hand with the ICT unit in INEC to know the kind of machines that are deployed to where. We, recognizing that INEC is independent, I am not able to determine the kind of cards that a card reader that INEC is deploying. I'm not in a position to identify where they were imported from. But if Atiku has all of these details, it can only show that Atiku is working hand in glove with people within INEC as to know where machines are imported from, and even the fact that card readers can be properly programmed or they can be programmed otherwise.
In what might appear to be tacit endorsement of President Buhari's directive to security agencies to deal with anyone that attempts to snatch ballot boxes during the 2019 elections, the presidency has accused the main opposition People's Democratic Party of being jittery ahead of the polls. The presidential spokesperson, Garba Shehu, told journalists in Abuja that he recalls some past elections in some parts of Nigeria where innocent voters lost their lives and ballot boxes snatched by armed thugs. According to him, snatching ballot boxes often entails putting the lives of innocent Nigerians at risk. About 10 years ago, evidence was brought before an election tribunal from one of the states in North Central of the gruesome killing of 26 prospective voters by ballot box snatchers. Their modus operandi is well known. End of quote. Mr. Shehu expresses concern over those attacking the president's comment and the fate of anyone caught snatching ballot boxes, insisting that President Buhari is not prepared to tolerate their antiques. The presidential spokesman knows that no one has anything to fear from the president's comments if their conscience and intentions are clear. In the meantime, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, has filed a counter-suit against a suit filed by the president, the Buhari Campaign Organization, accusing him of libel. Alhaji Abubakar, who attacked the competence of the suit, asked the court to grant an order mandating President Buhari to apologize to him for filing a frivolous suit against him. He further asked for an order of court mandating that the total sum of 2 billion naira as damages be sent to all the IDP camps across the country and for equipping of libraries and information technology equipment for all state universities in Nigeria. He adds that under the present administration, there are over 108,000 internally displaced persons grappling with a litany of infections and hunger. According to the suit, that President Buhari, in flagrant abuse of his veto power without any unilateral support from other tiers of government, illegally and unconstitutionally suspended the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Onogan, from office on January 25, 2019. End of quote. The case will come up for hearing on March 7th in Court 34, Apo Division of the FCT High Court. Now, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, has again reassured Nigerians of a smooth conduct of the rescheduled general elections. Professor Yakubu was speaking at a World Press Conference held in Abuja today, listed 8 key areas in which INEC has successfully made changes ahead of the elections. Among the areas include the reconfiguration of the 180,000 card readers, ensuring the safety of sensitive and non-sensitive materials, as well as retraining of the permanent and ad hoc staff for the elections. Our correspondent, Linda Kigbe, reports.
Nigerians are still coming to terms with the shocking postponement of the presidential and National Assembly elections and counting their losses over costs incurred.
The independent
INEC explains that the election was postponed because of logistical problems, as well as the fire incidents which affected 3 of the Commission's offices. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu is here to tell Nigerians the steps the Commission is taking to ensure that the presidential and National Assembly elections hold on the new date of February 23rd.
I want to report that as at last night, we have achieved 95% configuration of the 180,000 smart card readers, and this process is going to be completed early morning on Wednesday.
There are fears over the fate of sensitive election materials earlier deployed to the states in anticipation of the elections, as well as integrity of INEC personnel amidst allegations of connivance with political parties to rig the elections.
No commissioner of the commission was picked up by any security agency. No house of any commissioner of INEC was raided. The commission is unaware that any of our result sheets have gone into the wrong hands. Yes, we agreed that we deployed on Saturday, but we recalled the sensitive materials and returned them to the vaults of the central bank. To ensure the integrity of the process and the audit that I promised stakeholders on Saturday, we dedicated today in all the states of the Federation to confirmation and verification of the materials returned to the central banks. No third parties are involved in the configuration of smart card readers of the Commission.
The postponement of the presidential and National Assembly elections have further worsened an already tense political atmosphere, a situation which the INEC chairman is mindful of.
I would also like to appeal to all political leaders, political actors, and others to please speak in a manner that does not contribute to overheating the polity and the political atmosphere. Then you asked, should ballot box snatchers be shot at sight? The position of the Commission is that all violators of the Electoral Act should be punished according to the provisions of the Electoral Act.
INEC chairman says he's determined to address journalists daily on the Commission's preparations for the elections. But ultimately, what Nigerians want is an election that is free, fair, and violence-free. Linda Kibi, Channels Television News.
In part 2 after the break, Governor of Katsina State, Aminu Masari, warns communities not to engage in banditry during the elections. Please stay with us.